So, welcome to the very first Detroit episode of Two Men Thinking. Two Men Thinking.
Peace.
Plus a dog. Jack's here kind of hanging out in the east side of Detroit in a neighborhood known as the West Village near Belle Isle. A really beautiful older neighborhood, lots of older homes. Jack might be making a guest appearance. And we're here. This is where I moved back in February. I've been living in Detroit for about the past year and a half.
There he is.
Really thankful that Pete came down to hang out and visit. We're going to go.
Thank you, Harry, for having me, buddy.
And so Pete did a brilliant, beautiful job talking about some fine, rare German Pilsners. And so I thought, if I'm going to counter that, I want to go with a really outstanding Michigan Porter. It's kind of cold and snowy. Kind of one of those cold weather, warmy, snuggly beers. We have a little bit of some food.
Interesting. Interesting. You're saying that you don't always have to go to Germany. There's going to be a little background noise in this. For good quality products, you can get good things imported from Detroit.
All over Michigan, actually. Michigan is known as a wealth of fantastic products from the auto industry. The North American Auto Show going on this evening, which I think is fantastic, and you should visit
Beautiful.
if you're in town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. But,
Me neither.
and we have really amazing...
But you are in town.
I am in town, but I'm not going to the auto show. I can't afford, I can't afford a car. So, anyways.
Ditto.
But I said, well, there's also a lot of amazing beers around Michigan that are grown, that are brewed. Not so many that are grown. But, possibly. That's the next step, is to be growing the grains.
It's the future.
Yes, go all local, only local grains. Lots of local hops are starting to be grown in Michigan. And so some breweries actually are focusing on making locally made, grown, raised, brewed beer. I don't know if Bell's isn't necessarily doing that. Maybe they are. They're pretty amazing.
Interesting.
This is the Bell's Porter. I think it's backwards, how it's looking on the camera. I don't know.
It'll look better when we play this back.
And Bell's is a brewery that's been around for some time. They're near Kalamazoo in Comstock, Michigan. And the first 5 years or so of their life, they were basically only available in that part of the state and were immensely popular.
Okay.
But they've been growing in sort of leaps and bounds over the past 5 years.
Now, there is another brand of beer called Bell's, right, that is nationally known, and this is not the same brewery, right?
They have some distribution
Or is this
regional.
because-
I mean, I don't know if there's another Bell's brewery that not that I know of, a national brewery that's named Bell's. There
I
could
don't
be,
know, but-
but Bell's is, like I said, has grown a lot, and now they're probably available in Chicago for sure. I'm sure they're marketed around Chicago. Maybe I've seen them in other places in New York. Not so much in California, but they've grown a lot. They're a family-owned brewery. Have a number of amazing practices. They're one of the good guys, the people who have good labor practices. They have good brewing techniques. They use good quality ingredients, and they make really good beer. I've almost never had a beer there. I've never had a beer there that I said was bad. I've had some that I liked better than others, but getting in there. So
It says bellsbeer.com on the back if you want to check that out.
yeah, so let's give it a try.
Let's give it a shot.
All right, Pete.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And let's just say, I've got a good feeling about this beer, because if you watched my last one, I like free, and somebody provided it.
So Pete's not used to drinking.
Delicious. So what do you think, Harry?
It's a great beer, and I think that's actually the way I should only drink beer from now on. But
This is actually an excellent beer. I think the first thing I said is that it reminded me quite a bit of Guinness. If you had just given it to me in a blind taste test, it has a lot of similarities.
I think so, and I think a lot of people, Guinness is the standard for porters and stouts, and it's really a great beer. But here, the porters are a little bit more lively, and I think more food friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Stouts and cream stouts tend to have a heavier mouthfeel and a little bit less acidity and sort of effervescence on the tongue. So it's more, when you have a porter is a better food beer.
It was 4 syllables.
Dang! So
Mr. Brain! But I totally agree with you. This is very smooth, very mild, even a little sweet in some cases.
Yeah, so you get like to me, kind of, it's like almost like Coca-Cola a little bit in scent. Some of like Coca-Cola,
Oh.
like almost like chocolatey and root beer sort of scents, like those sort of scents I get on the tongue, right? But you don't get that sweetness. You get some of those same spices and flavors.
Mhm.
A lot of chocolate, a little bit like coffee notes to it. And so like if I'm having we have some cheese, or if I have a steak, like it's a winter night and I really want to have like a good, you know, meat coma sort of night, you know, and a good grilled steak, and this beer, I'd be quite happy to knock myself
Doctor,
out.
this man suffers from meat coma. I agree. Actually, it's kind of sweet on the initial take for me, but you're right. It's got a little bit of that spiciness that lingers, a little like a Sierra Nevada or something to me.
That's hops, because they hop the beer.
A little hoppy, and it's delicious. So you get a little bit of both, and absolutely, it does have a little Coke root beer, a little flavor like that. I like it. It's definitely a little thicker than other world class beers like Coors Light.
A little bit. It's kind of, it has flavor. That's one of the things that people, I think, are really excited when they, start drinking real beer again and stop drinking corporate stuff, is that real beer has flavor.
What are you saying, buddy?
Don't drink corporate beer anymore. Give it up. Trust me. It'll make your life happier. Drink better beer. No more.
Occupy Miller Coors. Yeah, this is delicious. Oh, I could drink these.
Well, gentlemen, have a piece of cheese
What would you pair with this with, Harry? I mean, in terms of both just having this in a casual environment and snacking, up to the main course of a meal. Because I could certainly see people of your caliber having this in both cases.
I'd see people of all calibers having this. Anyways, I don't know. It's good with food.
Not me, because this is like a expensive beer.
No, it's not. I mean, I think it's like $9 for a 6-pack.
Do you have to go somewhere special to get this? Is this kind of like you got to check out your specialty liquor house, or is this something you can pick up in most grocers?
If a decent grocer, maybe not Kroger's. I don't know. Maybe Kroger carries it. Maybe not. I mean,
You saying Kroger isn't decent?
most Krogers probably would carry this actually. You'd be able to get this at most grocery stores. I mean, yeah, any decent beer shop, any place where they carry decent beers, would be carrying that. I mean, you might not find it at your local gas station, but why are you always drinking out of the gas station anyways? Like that's sketchy. So
I buy all my wine from 7-Eleven. I ain't no gas station guy. So, what I'm kind of experiencing here, Harry, is this is a really great beer, kind of with the cheese. They have a nice balance.
try it with the nuts.
Nuts. Nut. Beer.
Yeah. It's not.
Mm.
It's not a killer combo,
It's not bad.
but
You know what I'm detecting there? Nuts.
I burnt the nuts actually. I roasted them and spiced them, but I think I burnt them a little bit.
Are
Sorry.
they chestnuts? And was it over an open fire? What about meals? What would you pair this with?
I'd be happy with a burger.
Mm. Who wouldn't? This would be a good burger.
Yeah, a good
A
burger.
little more casual, something to really enjoy and savor, not something so hoity-toity you gotta get steak tartare or something, right?
But I'd be happy with this with a steak, or I think beef.
Mm.
I kind of think porter and beef might go pretty well in general. There's other ways you could go, but
I like beef.
time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is delicious. I think like you clearly can't go wrong. Check it out.
And any Bell's beer in general, it's hard to really go wrong. I've yet to have a bad beer for them.
Bellsbeer.com. Check it out.
Sounds good. All right, we're going to go check out some dinner at Sunday Dinner Company. If you're in Detroit, it's voted the best restaurant on the east side, and they do amazing work doing job training for at-risk youth.
Oh, nice.
Really good fried chicken.
Good score, buddy.
Some fried chicken. We're gonna
Doing a
have some
little
fun.
good in the hood.
Most definitely. So wherever you are, do some good out this Martin Luther King Day. Have fun. Peace.